I read some bizarre stories today. Um, I just been constantly checking the news, just seeing what is going on in this world, and I've just seen some really bizarre stories. But I think this one takes the cake. Link in the description below. But a man, he built. I used built. I use that word very lightly. He built a 20. I'm sorry. He built a 250-foot long wall of feces, like a property line, after a dispute with his neighbor. So him and his neighbor were arguing, right? He was like, "Man, I do not like you." He lives on a farm, right? He gathered up all the feces he could find, all the manure he could find, cow feces, pig feces. He probably do some of his own. He probably do some of his own in there as well. He do all that. He's just been saving it up. And 25, I keep saying 25, 250 feet worth? That's a lot. He's been saving this up for months, possibly years, just saving it up. Builds that wall. And I honestly thought this story was in Florida. I'm like, where would you get the idea? I'm looking at the article right now. So they were arguing over their property line. He was just like, you know what? Puts poop. He slithers poop for 250 feet. That is dedication. Saving up all that feces for that long. At first, I was surprised. At first, I was just like, at first, when I was reading this, I was just confused. I was like, what is going on? But now that I read this, I kind of think this is genius. This man is just giving a huge middle finger. They were arguing over the property line. So he was like, you know what? I want to highlight that property line. And I want to do it with feces. Cow feces, chicken feces, pig feces, horse, all that stuff. That man was collecting it. He was plotting. He was probably over asking his neighbors if they had any spare feces. He's like, you know what, guys? if you guys give me, if you guys pay me, I'll pick up the poop on your property line. They're like, okay, sure. He was probably over there taking the feces from his neighbor's farm, all the feces, all the animal stuff over there, and he was adding it to his collection. So he wasn't just using the feces on his property, he was using the feces on other people's property as well. Wow. He was probably in the woods too. He was probably scouring the whole state looking for feces. And this happened in Michigan, I believe. Yes, Michigan. Honestly, this sounds like something that would happen in Florida. Like, wow, this is just crazy. And the officials said that they said there was nothing they could do about the poop wall because it was on his own property. He isn't breaking any laws. So you cannot open the window without smelling that. You cannot go outside without. Oh my goodness. Imagine if it rains. Oh my goodness. If it rains, it's just like wet feces, diarrhea. Oh my goodness. If it rains on that wall, it is over. It is. Oh my goodness. Genius. Genius. I love this. I love this story. Link in the description below. There's a video attached to this article as well. At first, I didn't know what to make of this, but now as more as now as I think about this more and more, like how he collected feces for so long, he was probably out there collecting other people's feces as well. This just there is just some stuff that is stranger than fiction. Like I could sit here all day and I could not think of a story this bizarre. I love it. I love this. I love the news. After reading all this depressing news, this is a fun. This is kind of like a fun little story about about That's all I gotta say for this video. 250 yards. Um, it's a couple feet high of just feces, feces, probably urine in there as well, diarrhea. Oh, the worst stuff you can think of. The worst stuff you can think of. That neighbor probably made sure that wall was stinking as he piled it up. He probably had a huge smile on his face as he was putting that up. He was like, what do you even say? Like, imagine if you're just walking and you just see like you just smell feces, manure. You just turn around and you see like a man just piling feces and poop, just making a huge wall. What do you even say to that? What do you even say? Like, sir, why does that stink so badly? Oh, it's poop. Why are you building a wall full of poop on your property? Oh, my neighbor is a jerk, so I'm just building this wall to mess with him. What do you even say? You really can't hate on that. That's hilarious. That's all I gotta say for this video. Please check out the article in the description below. Great story. Fantastic stuff. That's all I gotta say. Peace.